Camera's working, I think. Yep. Apollo's working. Let's go. Hey everyone, it's Anthony. Back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hi. We're here with another little vlog. This will be responding to your comments as long as I have service the entire time. But hi. Hope you're doing well. We're here at the Flatirons Vista Trail, which we've been on countless times, but we haven't been here very much this year, honestly. I've been a little bit more reluctant to come to this this trail, even though it's off leash. I've been more reluctant to come up here because this is where Apollo got his head injury on Christmas Day and cut his little head open. And so I know that was, definitely a fluke. And I think he just got caught on some barbed wire or something. And it was at night, but it still makes me kind of about this place, like bad connotations, even though it's close. And I really do like it because it, we get into the woods and there's some hills and, it's nicer than just like a completely flat field. But for whatever reason, I'm just like, But I think I'm just overprotective of him because I haven't been taking him to the off-leash dog park as often as I used to because we were walking on one of the paths and I saw a snake. And it wasn't I don't think it was a venomous snake. It was like probably like a gardener snake or something. But it still freaked me out. So I haven't been going there as much either. We've been going to that longer 7-mile loop trail, or I'll just take him around town. Apollo, come here. Come here. Come here, please. Okay, there you go, wild boy. Or I'll just take him around town down to the creek. But today I was like, I gotta stop being so overly protective, and it's been very hot out the past couple of days, and so I wanted to bring him somewhere where we weren't walking on pavement, so his little paw pads weren't getting roasted. So I was like, I need some place where he can be off leash so he can get some energy out, and I need a place that has dirt instead of pavement. And so I was like, let's just go, let's see what happens, hopefully everything goes okay. So here we are. But yeah, baby boy, come here, let's go. Apollo. He's gonna be, we went on a long hike yesterday. Yesterday we went up to Colorado Springs, and so he shouldn't be too wild today, but you never know with this kid. A little brat. He has a look on his face too, like, I'm gonna be bad this time. He's got the I'm not listening to you today face. Come on, let's go. Move that butt. Be good today. So yeah, we're just up here, just trying to put a couple miles in. Today's Sunday at the time of filming this. And I just have been at the house. I did an at the house day. Come on, keep going. At the house day today. Because yesterday we were we were gone for quite some time. That'll be, I guess, the previous vlog that went up, our trip to the springs. And so, yeah, that was a long drive down there. And then we didn't get down there until late afternoon. And then a long drive back. So I was like, today, hold on, let me, sorry, I have a frog in my throat. I don't know if it's the heat or what's going on. I did have a Starbucks refresher on the way up here, so maybe that just loosened up some stuff. But I have been very phlegmy recently, and I do not know what's going on. I filmed, earlier this week, I filmed an unboxing of Medi, and I was very phlegmy for that after I had lunch. Another hot day, and then a couple other videos. I've just been really mucusy when I'm trying to like film and talk and stuff. I don't know what's going on. And I haven't been super talkative today. I've been kind of just doing my own thing at the house, so maybe it's just, oh, you're starting to chitter chatter. Everything's getting loosened up. But I'll do my best not to clear my throat in everyone's ears the whole time. But yeah, we're just gonna get past this water here because it's just kind of standing rainwater, and I think there's a little stream that runs into it, but it's just kind of standing mosquito water. And I know the first thing Apollo's gonna want to do is run down there and get all up in it, so I'm gonna try to walk past it. But during the winter time, this is completely empty. Well, no, actually it was ice during the winter, but it's much lower, you know, in the fall and winter than it is now. This is pretty high. But anyway, so it was just a really long day of driving yesterday. We didn't get back until, I want to say, around 9 o'clock at night when all was said and done, maybe even a little bit later. So we got home, and I pretty much took a shower, got him set up with dinner, diamond painted for like just a little bit, and then it was bedtime. It was really hot last night in the house. No AC. We have a swamp cooler in the main floor, but no air conditioning upstairs. And it got up to around like 85 in my bedroom. And so I was having a rough time. Apollo was having a rough time. I eventually just opened the door and he went and slept downstairs. Last night it was just too hot. And he'll probably do the same again tonight. So yeah, he'll probably do the same tonight. It's just too warm. I can get underneath our little air-conditioned bed sheet now, and it feels a little bit better, and the fans and everything, but I'm not covered in fur. So last night he was like, even on the floor, he was panting. I was like, go downstairs. I filled up his water bowl with ice cubes, and I was like, it's okay, you don't have to sleep with me. And he just did stay downstairs. I left my door cracked just a little bit in case he wanted to come back up. But he slept downstairs. It's just too hot. And downstairs it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Downstairs it's like 20 degrees cooler. It's more, yeah, I think it's like 70 down there. But upstairs it's just roasting. And so, yeah. So that was yesterday. And then today, we just kind of hung out downstairs in the morning. I was getting laundry done, and I was like, I have to get some videos edited and uploaded because I am so far behind right now. I cannot tell you. I'm way behind. So I was able to get, they're all uploading and processing right now, but I was able to get my bonus Summer with the Masters video up, which is just some unboxings, a couple unboxings of some Diamond Dots kits, and then an announcement of their Instagram giveaway that they're doing for Summer with the Masters, which is cool. So that's gonna go up tomorrow at the time of filming this, and I think that's Monday the 15th, 14th, 15th? I think 15th is when that's scheduled to go up. And then I had my Whippin' Jam from 4th of July that I did on the hike. And that hike was the background for my Thomas Moran video. So I had that Whippin' Jam to go up, which was like a 2.5 hour Whippin' Jam. So that one took a while because it took forever to upload all of those video clips. And then I had to go and download music for that. And I don't like repeating songs. Like, I don't like to have people listen to the same song twice. And I try to avoid using the same song from any other video, like because on the service that I use, it shows me if I've downloaded it previously. So I usually skip over any of the ones that I've already used. And so I needed like, I don't know, 80 songs, 70 or 80 songs, I don't remember, a lot of songs for that super long Whippin' Jam. So that took forever downloading all of those. And then I try not to leave too much of, you know, when a song ends, it kind of fades out and there's, you know, 10, not 10, but like a few seconds of silence at the end of a song. Come on, let's go. Easy. I don't know what's wrong with you. Easy. Stay. Apollo. Something, he smells something, so he's making me drag him, so I went to go let him off. And then he looked at me like, I'm about to run away. So I'm just gonna clip him back up. Come on, buddy. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm gonna keep you on leash until you seem like you've lost that scent. So yeah, so you know, a song kind of fades to silence at the end, and then a lot of songs are a little bit silent for the first like second or two at the beginning of each of these files. So individually I'm going through and clipping out the last couple of seconds of each song so they kind of just blend right into each other. And if the beginning of a song is particularly quiet, then I'll clip the beginning. So it just takes a long time. Whippin' Jams take a little bit longer to get all together because of the music aspect. Okay, come on. I don't know what's up with you. You're being weird. You're being weird. What do you smell? So yeah, got those two uploaded. And then I got my unboxing of Medi uploaded, edited and uploaded. So that took the majority of the afternoon. I went and got lunch right around noon while some of the files were processing. It's already 6:30, and that's really all I've been doing today. So it's like a couple hours per video, with lunch in there too, which was like an hour. And I still have 2 life catch-up vlogs, I think, and one really long responding to your comments. I think that one's 2.5 hours. And so those are all uploading right now. And I'd like to get another 1 or 2 videos done today before bed, but I just don't know if that's gonna happen. And then this one, obviously. So I'll get them done this week and stagger the uploads. And yeah, hopefully we'll get caught up there at some point. Trying to think of anything else I have going on as far as content. I don't think so. We'll see. What is this guy doing? Hold on. Okay. Just figured I might as well get up to the top of this hill while we were passing that person and let the boy off the leash. Hopefully that is not a decision that I regret. He's acting strange. I don't know if there's smells out here that he's smelling, or I don't know. It must be because he's turning his head off in the distance there. There's got to be something over there. One time we came up here and there was a dead deer way off in the distance somewhere, and the wind was really strong, and he caught scent of it, and he was gone. Gone. So I'm wondering if there's something like that. And then yesterday I filmed the beginning of our hike. We got to the water, we were playing in the water, and I was like, okay, everyone, we're just gonna go to whip and jam status now. And did that for a little bit, and then the battery died, and I think I was just playing with Apollo and getting him to swim, and I didn't even notice that the battery had died on the camera. So I don't know, I haven't gotten around to uploading that into my computer yet. I've got 2 more videos and then that one. And so I don't know how much more of that I caught, but I've got some clips that I took with my phone and some other stuff that I might just pop into the end of that just to fill it out. But we kept hiking after we got done playing in the water. We kept hiking, and I'd say about another half mile up the trail was closed, fully closed. So that was kind of the end of the line. Well, as we were coming around to that, Apollo stopped and like turned his head and was really intently sniffing. And I was like, what's going on? And he seemed to kind of get over it. And so we kept walking. We got down to where the trail was going to end. And I was like, oh, we'll just come down here by the lake again and play down here. So I let him off leash, and he got whiff of something and just took off into the woods. And I was like, Apollo, just yelling for him. He wouldn't come back. So finally, I just went and found him, and there was a little dead baby deer laying out in this little like cravat, like this little like meadowy kind of valley thing. And he wasn't like eating it or doing anything gross. He was just kind of looking at it and sniffing at it and kind of investigating, and then looking back at me like, check this out, So he came back to me after I saw what he was seeing, and he didn't want to get clipped up. He kept circling back to it, but eventually what I did is I just went up there and looked at it with him, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy, huh? I was like, okay, I think that's enough. Let's go. And he let me clip him up there. So it was almost like he just wanted me to be aware of it, but he wasn't like acting wild around it. He was just kind of curious, So like maybe that's what I need to do next time he goes and finds something like that. Like rather than trying to chase him away from it, just go up to it, be like, huh, yeah, that is kind of nuts, isn't it? All right, let's get going. So it was cute. Well, not the dead deer, but Anyway, so yeah, and then like I said today, I just did laundry and cleaned the bathroom, and I did a bunch of skincare this morning since I was staying in. I did like a face mask and then a sheet mask, and like I just had stuff on my face all day. And then was just working on videos and diamond painting. And I got another few sections done on Inspiration Peak. Oh, hold on. Stay right there, please. Thank you. Stay here. Easy, please. Hi. Easy. Okay. So yeah, I got another couple sections done on Inspiration Peak. between last night and today, as I was working on it while videos were uploading too. And I'd say I should be able to get that done this week or next week at the time of filming this. So I should have that done by the end of July. More likely than not. And get that finish and review up, and then I'm not sure what my plan of attack is after that's done. I definitely want to start working on A Question of Reality. I definitely want to get I definitely want to have some more progress on my custom of Apollo, maybe work on that for a little bit. And then I'll also have Spring by Distracted by Diamonds. And I talked about it a little bit in my last vlog from yesterday, that I'm just not, it's not as issue prone as Primrose, but the rendering is still just, it's not it. It's just not doing it for me, especially compared to Summer and Winter, which I've already done from Diamond Painting Shop. Both of those were hand rendered. It's just, if it is going to be that computer rendering, that heavy computer rendering, I think it should have just been bigger, so that way there was more detail. Given that it's around. And it's already big, but because there's that lack of definition that sometimes can happen with computer rendering, you kind of need it to be bigger so those details do come into focus. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep working on it, but at first, my first thing, or what I had in my head, my plan was like, just push really hard on Spring and try to get as much done as you can by the end of summer with the Masters. Like, make that your main focus. Try to get it done, or at least as much as you can done, so you can at least say you did something for summer with the Masters this year. And every time I go to reach for it, like, I'll work on it for a little bit, and then I end up going back to Inspiration Peak or pulling down A Question of Reality. So I want to say I will do it. Let me just say this. I'll keep picking at it for the rest of the month. I'll keep working on like a section of it, set it aside, a section of it, set it aside, and do maybe another row and see how I'm feeling. And if I'm not loving it, then I might bring it into work and let it be a work project that people at work can pick at when they're on break and stuff. And I'm just gonna buy Spring from, I'll probably end up getting both, Spring and Autumn or Fall from Diamond Painting Shop, because at the end of the day, I just really like those Seasons panels in particular. Not all kits, not all Old Masters, not even all Mukas, but for whatever reason, I'm really liking these Seasons kits done as a hand render. Especially taking a look at Spring that I'm working on now compared to Winter and Summer that I have hanging in the hallway just outside of my room. Every time I see them, I'm like, those just look better, They just look better. The clarity, at least, and the colors. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't like talking poorly. I don't know if it's even talking poorly, but I don't like feeling disappointed with Distracted by Diamonds. It sucks because I really do like that shop, but yeah, I think maybe a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm more critical than I used to be about the rendering and the look and the materials and color charting of diamond paintings than I was when I first started. I was trying to think back of the last, maybe I've already done this, but I want to see Sorry, we'll get to comments. I do this every time. The last finish and review I've done, let's see, sort by date added newest. Sorry. So yeah, the last finish and review I had was of City Dreams by Wes Reader, and that one was 7 months ago, so I think that was in December that I did that one, and I remember liking it, but the style of that particular artwork was the original artwork had this kind of grainy, kind of staticky finish to it, where the colors were kind of dotted in with each other, and kind of, it looked like a computer render, like the actual image, just the way the colors were blended. So I think that worked out really well. I didn't notice any like major issues with rendering, and I think the colors on that image were also pretty saturated. So I think a computer was able to kind of pull those together pretty well. And then prior to that, my last Distracted by Diamonds was a year ago. So I've only done two finishes from Distracted by Diamonds in the last year. So yeah, and then prior to that, you know, I had Masks by W.T. Benda, but I just, in my head, I'm like, have my tastes evolved, and have I become a little bit more critical of renderings and stuff in the past, you know, year plus that I've been working on like several Distracted by Diamonds kits. That's kind of shocking to see that I've only done 2 of them in the past year. I just don't know. I'm like, does that speak to how I've been feeling about the kits? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't really pinpoint it. All I know is I'm not loving. Come on, let's go. I'm not loving what I'm seeing in terms of rendering. I'm just really not. And I haven't had a chance to get into the garage and go through my other Distracted by Diamonds kits. Maybe I'll do that in the next couple weeks here. Just really take a hard look at them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to harp, but I also want to be honest with how I'm feeling. If spring was like a 60 by 180 like Jade does, those big Muka panels, and I get them in round and all the details there, I think I would be telling a different story, because I think there would be more detail and more definition, because you're adding, I think that would add 20 centimeters to the width of it, Apollo, and like 40 centimeters to the length. So you add that much extra real estate, you're gonna get a lot more detail, you know, especially for a round. That's nice to have. So yeah, I just don't know. I'm gonna keep picking at it, but every time I look at it, I'm just like, it looks blurry, it looks fuzzy, you know. So, and I didn't talk about starting spring on Instagram. The only times I've mentioned it are on these vlogs, the past few vlogs. And so if I decide to bail on it again, bail on another one, I'm not going to do a whole justification video. It's just gonna go away, because I don't want to do that twice. That seems like overkill. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, and I do have, we'll get to the comments. I did see a couple of comments come through with some people talking about what they would do in regards to the colors and the drill quality and stuff. But when it comes to the actual like rendering and the composition, like unless I was to go through and just use that canvas and hand chart myself over what's there, it's really hard to fix a blurry or unclear rendering. Like there's not much I can do from a customer standpoint. So, but let's just get past this person and we'll keep talking, okay? And I'll get into the comments. Hold on. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. I don't really have a plan of what I'm going to do after Inspiration Peak. If I keep spring going, then that'll just be my round that I'm working on until it's done. And then if not, I will most likely grab the next lotus koi fish and get started on that. And yeah, that'll be my next round, just so I can knock that out. I'd like to get all of my event and content specific projects done by the end of the year. So A Question of Reality, obviously I like to get that done. Medi from Alphonse Muka for Muka Mania, and then this lotus koi fish. So if I could get those 3 done by the end of the year, plus my custom Apollo, have 4 more finishes, that would be awesome. We'll see. I'm keeping my expectations low just because I feel like I lost a lot of time working on Primrose and now spring. Like 5 weeks worth of diamond painting. That is if I end up bailing on spring. Which I'm sure you can tell by how much I'm tossing it over in my head that I'm seriously considering just saying, okay, enough. But we'll see. Anyway, let's get into some comments. Okay. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot to scroll through today. Holy moly. I'm still scrolling. This is wild. Okay. Oh. Okay, let's let you off. All right, go on. What's up? Talk to me. You're being strange. You okay? You just tired? He was a very lazy dog today. He did not bother me to go out, or he wasn't like, it's time for a walk. I'm the one that had to be like, come on, let's go. He was just laying down in the AC most of the day. So he might just be pooped from yesterday. And it's, it's still it's probably in the low or high 80s right now, low 90s, even at 7 p.m. So anyway, okay, we're going back to my unboxing of Red Rocks number 5. Lisa, hi Lisa, says, oh, this is gorgeous. I would have definitely bought this. I asked you on the Insta, but I'm sure it got lost and everything else going on with some of the masters, but I'm wondering what trays are your favorite. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that on Instagram. I didn't even see that. I'll have to go, when I get home tonight, I'll go on Instagram. It might be under, if that's the first time you've sent me an Instagram message, it might be under the requested. Oh, Apollo, stay. Uh-huh. Stay. Apollo, easy. I just heard those cyclists coming up. I'm always worried that he's gonna decide that he wants to play chase with them and get himself run over. So at least like to create a little bit of distance. It might be under the requested, and I'm really bad about checking that. So I'll have to go take a look. My apologies. But you are wondering what trays are your favorite. You've tried Cat Proof and Firefly, but always go back to the big white cheap ones. I'd like to try one more time for Fancy One, so do tell what's your favorite. Oh, Mooney Made. Top to bottom, that's all I use. Editing Anthony, if you can remember to take a picture of your Mooney Made tray collection. I might forget Lisa, or Editing Anthony might be too lazy to do it in the moment. Because then Editing Anthony will have to stop the video, put his trays out, take a picture, upload that to his computer, and then upload that into iMovie and then edit it in. So he might be too lazy or tired or hot. But yeah, Mooney Made trays are my favorite. I know they are a hassle, I guess I'll say, to get, because if you just want to buy like custom trays or trays in general from Mooney Made, you have to get on a waiting list because they are in very high demand, and it's a one-person show over there or a couple-person show. So I waited months and months for the last time I had the opportunity to buy a custom trays. I waited a long time, but I finally got them, and then once I got those, I didn't have a need for any more trays, at least. Yeah, I don't have a need for any more trays until maybe at some point the grooves start to wear down on them or something. But I've had the same trays for a couple years now. My oldest Mooney Made, I think I got in September of 2022, and still works just fine. So I'm very happy with my Mooney Made trays, and the customer service is really good. The other way that you can get a Mooney Made tray without having to wait in line is to add a tray, premium toolkit, which includes one of her trays, to your purchase of a diamond painting. So if you don't have a preference on the color, you just want the tray itself, it doesn't matter what color it is, and you see a diamond painting you like on Mooney Made, my suggestion would be to upgrade to the premium toolkit, which comes with one of her trays. And I always get the large. I do have a few small Mooney Made trays, but I don't really ever use them. I just use my large ones. And yeah, I like them because the walls are a little bit higher, so I'm not worried I'm going to shake the drills out of the tray. The drills fall out of them like the funnel, you know, when you're ready to put them back in your container. The filament for the 3D printing is really slippery and smooth. I love the colors. M over at Mooney Made is just a sweetheart, and I don't know, I really like the company and her as a whole, and they really are the best trays I've ever used. I do have some cat-proof trays in my drawers, my organization, but I don't really use them because the spout is in the corner, and I always have a hard time putting my drills back into their containers with those corner spouts. I like it to be dead center. So that's why I tend to gravitate more towards my Mooney Mades. And yeah, I've used several different companies. I've used, Amazon trays, the trays that come with diamond painting kits. I've used Nix's Notions, Cat Proof. What else? I'm sure, gosh, who knows? I've spent so much money on just everything diamond painting. But I've always come back to my Mooney Made trays. And that's the best experience. It's the best tray that I've ever used. I don't see how they could be upgraded any more than they already are. They're just fantastic, and they have been for a long time. You can get them with or without a lid if you do your custom order. I always get mine with lids so I can stack them. And then when I do have trash, when I'm diamond painting, I just pick the trash up with my pen, pull it off with my finger, and then I just set it on the lid. I just have the lid sitting on the table, and I just set it on the lid, and then at the end of the night, or when I'm done diamond painting, I just press my finger on those trash drills to pick them up, like you do with the drill, get it to stick to your finger, and then I just pop all the trash into my trash container at the end of the session, so I'm not constantly having to open and close my trash container. And I also really like the lids, because if I have staticky drills, then I just dump all my staticky drills in the tray. I put a sheet of dryer sheet in the tray with the drills. I put the stopper in there, I pop the lid on, and I just hold it tight and just shake, 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 shake a whole bunch to release the static, and then that seems to work pretty well. So yeah, favorite trays of all time, large Mooney made trays with stopper and lid. And I like, if you are going to do a custom order and you're willing to wait however long that is, let me go to the website. I've only answered one question. We're already like halfway done. If you're willing to wait, I do are they called Magic? Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at the colors here. I suggest looking through these instructions. There's the solid colors: translucent, shiny, sparkly, magic colors. I go with the magic colors. I have one of each of these now, these magic colors. And then there's also these specialty gradients: unicorn, rainbow, peacock, blue lagoon. I don't have any of those. Those look kind of cool. But I go with the magic colors because one of the reasons I like having a few different color trays is I've been kind of lazy about it more recently, but I used to, when I'd take like progress photos and start photos of my new kits on Instagram, I'd put like a matching tray with a matching pen and a putty and a cover minder, just kind of make it look pretty. I kind of stopped doing that. Apollo, come on. Let's go. Get away from the fence. I don't know why you love barbed wire so much, but get away from there. Yeah, so I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. I just have become too lazy, or I'll start on a project and I'll get like a few sections in and I'm like, whoops, I forgot to take a start photo. And I've also been kind of lazy about recording when I start new projects. So like, for instance, Inspiration Peak, I don't really know when I started that kit. I don't remember, sometime late June, early July. And then the same with the Question of Reality. I did not write down what day I started that on. And I used to just use the date that I took my start photo as my little reminder, but I haven't been doing that either. So anyway, so that's why I liked having trays with different colors, so I'd have enough colors to match, kits, and just kind of color match them. But honestly, like, if I could do it all over again, I'd probably just have like 2 or 3 Mooney made trays, because I usually don't, I don't have a tray with a particular DMC color just sitting around. Like, I put the color in, I put the color down on the section I'm working on, and then it goes back into the container and I grab the next one. I'm not one of those folks that has like trays with all the different drills in it. That's too cluttery for me, and I feel like one wrong jump from Apollo, not that he's ever done this, but one wrong jump and all of my trays and my drills would be everywhere. It's too risky. It's too risky to do that for my life. So yeah, if I just had like 2 or 3 Mooney made trays, that's really all I would personally need and I would recommend. But yeah, that's a long answer, but they're the best. They're the best, and if anyone tells you, if anyone feels differently, make sure to chime in the comments. But and what your favorites are. But yeah, Mooney Maids are just, and that magic color has an extra slipperiness to it that I think some of the solid color filaments don't have as much. So that's why I like either shiny or magic colors, because there's like something in that shiny filament that just adds a little bit of slip. So yeah, if there's one product that I would have fun making because you get to play with a 3D printer, it would be my own diamond painting trays. I think that would be really fun. But no, I'd rather just buy them. And I haven't bought any. I think I got my Mooney Made trays in. I'm really sorry. I'm just talking from, we're just responding to one comment apparently for this whole hike. Log into my account. Logging in. They're really long lasting too. And I bought my Mooney Made trays. It looks like the order was fulfilled on December 15th. So I must have been in the wings waiting for that for a while, like a couple months, like maybe 3 months. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. It looks like I placed an order for trays on November 2nd, 2022, and then fulfilled, November of 2022, and then December of 2023. And then it looks like maybe I bought one in August of 2022, October of 2022, because she used to do drops. Like she'd go live on her YouTube channel and just kind of hang out, and she'd be like, all right, the new trays are going up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and everyone would be like frantically refreshing their page and like clicking buy, and now it's just a waiting list only. And if you were to go on the waiting list today, sorry, this will be the last thing I bring up. I just want to tell you how long the wait list is. Oh, I don't even want to look at, now I'm looking at her diamond paintings. I'm like, I don't even want to look, because then I'm going to get sucked into buying a kit and probably a tray set. But the trays, if I was to want to get myself put on the list right now, there are 736 people on the waiting list ahead of me. And I think when I signed up, there was like 400. So I would say that you're going to be waiting like 4 months probably for your turn to come up once you sign up. So yeah, if you're willing to wait that long, they are the best. If you're not willing to wait that long and you don't care, or you're not particular about the specific color, you just want to try one of her trays and one of the diamond paintings on Mooney Made jump out to you, go that route, because when she releases a kit, she has a bunch of like solid color trays pre-done, ready to go for the people that are buying diamond paintings. So if you buy a diamond painting from her, shipping I think is like 7 to 10 business days. And like, sorry. I'm not sorry. I think this is helpful. I'm saying sorry to myself. I just feel like I'm taking too much time with one answer, but that's fine. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, we want to get this Beauty in Chaos by Tally sketch. We want to buy this kit, right? So we can go down here and we can say, do we want the basic toolkit, which is just like the normal one you'd get with a diamond painting? The premium toolkit, which is an extra $28, includes a large tray with a lid and stopper. So I can click that. You can get her dust covers are like this velvety material, so it costs extra. You can also get a carrying tube if you so like. So, and she'll show you in the hopefully you can see all this. Hold on. She'll show you on the listing. This kit comes with a large lime green solid color tray that she felt would match it. So the total cost $80 for the kit, $28 for the large tray with a lid and stopper. So you'd be looking at 108. Look, he must just be tired. Look at this boy. 108 for the whole shebang. But the tray does cost $28 when you go to buy it individually. So with the lid and stopper, so you're just paying for the tray, you know. But at least you know you'll get one because they're pre-printed. She has enough of those to go with as many of the kits she has in stock, if that makes sense. So you're not waiting months and months to get them. Let's just do another one for sillies and giggles. Let's click on Deity of Life by Femke Deborah. If we were to get this kit, we're going to get a paired premium tray in this kind of pretty emerald color. So $75 for the kit and then $28 for the tray. But once again, you'll get, those are ready to ship, so you don't have to wait. Honestly, I mean, if you see a kit on her site that you like, some of the kits, her smaller kits come with a small tray, so be cognizant of which size tray you're getting. So it's like larger kits get the large tray, smaller kits get the small tray, so keep that in mind. But honestly, if I was just starting with Mooney Maid, that's probably the route I would go, because her kit quality is really nice. It's up there with Jaded Gem Shop, all the high-end ones. For a price that's it's a little bit more affordable than a Jaded Gem Shop kit, just in general. And you get your tray right away. You don't have to wait months and months for your churn to be up. So it just depends, whatever you want. If you want to experience them sooner than later and you see a kit you like, go that route. If you don't mind waiting a few months before you get the chance to get there in line, then go the other route. Especially if you don't see any of her diamond paintings that you like. And that's kind of the reason why I don't have any Mooney Maid kits in my stash, is because I'm just not, her artwork style is very much her personality. The artist that she licenses with is very much her personality. It's very much the vibe of the shop. It's more, I don't know how to put this. It's more, it's younger in style, like more cartoony, kind of more, you know, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I haven't seen anything. Like, you're not going to go over there and find an Old Masters. You know what I mean? They're very kind of cutesy, cartoony. Apollo, come here. Let me clip you up because we're right next to the barbed wire. And I think this is where you cut your head last time. You guys can see it here along this fence line. So I think this is where right around where he cut his head last time. It was pitch black, and I think he went running thinking he could run through this, and he went to go underneath and just sliced himself up. So, but yeah, her artwork just isn't really my vibe. I do like some of the artwork that is kind of those lo-fi vibes, sceneries, like kind of purpley sunset in like a room with like a cute sofa and plants on the walls, and just very cozy. So she does have a couple of those, like that tally sketch image I actually really do like. I just wish it was round. So it's not a never will I. It's just there hasn't been anything that's popped up that I'm like, I have to have this. I purchased 2 kits from Mooney Maid when she first released diamond paintings. I got the rainbow cloud one, and then I got, I forget what it was called, like something from Cute But Weird, I think was the name of it. It was like Winston's Prize, I think. And I did the rainbow one very quickly. I think I got it done in a day. And then I brought the other one, Winston's Prize, to work. And that was one of the ones that we worked on. Like my coworkers and I worked on when we were like on breaks or lunches. So that's hanging up at the office. But yeah, I wanted to try the quality and I was very happy with everything. But there hasn't been anything that I'm like goo goo gaga over, I guess. But you might find something. And yeah, that's how I would get my tray, is I would find the kit I like the most and then I get my tray right away. Anyway, okay, like we're literally at like, how long have we been filming? We have 50 minutes and I've responded to one comment. What is wrong with me? This is why I get so behind. Okay. And then Lisa says, that's beautiful, Anthony. I love Andy Russell's images and I recently bought my first one by him called Daffodils. Ooh, nice. I'll have to look that one up. Thank you for the comment. Mia over at Mia's Life with KFS says, I love the colors and the motif itself is gorgeous. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that image. Okay. Whoops. Liking and hearting, liking and hearting. And then going, let's see, anything that was from my 3,000 subscriber vlog or any of my Summer with the Masters content, I'm just liking and hearting and moving on because a lot of those are giveaway entries. Even though they are very sweet comments, we would really get bogged down if I was going through all of those. So once again, I've said it on a previous vlog, if you did comment on one of those, like Summer with the Masters videos where there's a giveaway involved, or that 3,000 subscriber vlog, and there was something there that you're like, oh, Anthony, I didn't want you to just scroll by that, you know, please write again on a video that's not one of those, and I will read it. But those get a huge influx of comments because not only are people commenting really lovely things, and I appreciate it, but it's also part of a giveaway, so the comments tend to really skyrocket for those videos. So once again, we would just get really in the weeds if I went through every single one of like, what's your favorite Anthony single and placing video, or what's one thing you learned about Thomas Moran? We'd really get bogged down. Oh, now I remember why I love it up here. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's get serious, Apollo. We gotta answer some comments. Okay, so going to my vlog of episode 119, Hiking Lost Lake. Sherry M says, enjoyed the hike, Anthony and Apollo. You're such a great boy. Did you hear that? You mentioned going to Casa Bonita and that brought back memories. Haven't been there in years. Come on. Haven't been there in years. So surprised it's still there. I remember it was a fun place. Love the divers. Gonna try some High Smile samples. Oh, flavors are interesting. Till next hike. Bye-bye. Sherry, you'll have to let me know. That was 3 weeks ago. You'll have to let me know if you got your samples and how you feel. They just came out with pink lemonade. I think that's already sold out. They came out with ice pop, which is kind of like the rocket pops. And then they released their I think they call it biscuit spread, which is supposed to taste like Biscoff. But I'm waiting until I finish a couple of my tubes before I start buying more because I already have way too many, and I was like, all right, you need to take a break. So I'm gonna wait until I run out of a few, or until I can get one of their value sets, which is like buy 5 get 5 free. I'm gonna wait until there's 10 flavors that I don't have, and go that route rather than buying duplicates. So I'm just gonna hold off until there's enough new flavors that I can get all new ones. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Thank you for the comment. Chocolate Diamond says, thank you, beautiful, for the hike. Of course, thank you for watching. Going to my unboxing of Heaven's Gate by Jenny Lee. Locked In Diamond Painting says, I love a canvas that just pulls you in the center of the painting. This is a peaceful art canvas, and why wouldn't anyone want such a pretty diamond art? Thank you for the review. I love it. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, that one's, it's got to get done sometime. It's got to get done. And then, let's see, my vlog episode 119, hiking Lost Lake again. What a beautiful place. Happy birthday. That was from Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. I've been binge watching Leanne's content, or your content, Leanne, because I didn't know you had a diamond painting channel. And once I realized that, because you had sent some goodies over to Mia, and I was watching her unboxing of the stuff you sent her, and she mentioned that you had a channel, and I was like, what? What's this now? And so I think she had linked your channel in the notes or the description. Went over to your channel and started watching, and I've watched a few Whippin' Chats, and then I just today was watching your unboxing of the storage system from Diamond Art Club, which I purchased as well. It should be on its way this week. So I'm excited to take a look at it because I am a diehard art dot person as well, but I don't have the drawers like you have. I have the zippered storage briefcases with the handles. I love those, and that's all I have. I have like 20 of them. Maybe 20. I think I might have around 20 of them. So this is the first time I've ever tried any other storage system since I started diamond painting outside of the Art Dot zippered containers. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. I never was on the Elizabeth Ward train or the knockoff Elizabeth Ward train. I've always just done Art Dot. So this is my first time stepping out of that. I'm not nervous, but that was a big spend. That is a pricey item for storage. $40-something will get you a really big Art Dot zippered storage, or two. That'll get you 2 of the 120 container ones from Art Dot. So I'm like, this thing better blow my knock my socks off. So we'll see. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna love it, because I like to kit up all of my drills for the entire kit all at once and have them all in front of me. I don't like to set aside extra bags of 310 or whatever until I get to them. So I want the entire kit to fit into my containers. And so I have a feeling that that 154 piece or whatever it is not going to work for me with how I like to kit up. So I'll either need to change how I kit up, or it would necessitate me buying like 4 of them. That way I could have enough big containers, enough medium containers. That way if I get to a kit that's like all 310, or it's got a ton of 310 in like 40 other colors, I'll still have enough, That way I'm not putting 310 in a big one, more 310 in a medium size, more 310 in the small size, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll see when I get it, but just with how I've become accustomed to diamond painting and the storage systems that I use, like I bought it out of curiosity more than anything else, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm keeping my hopes up. I'm optimistic, but I don't know. Anyway, thank you. And then going to my unboxing of Lady of the Ocean from Tashia-san. Samantha Color says, I had to get this one. So beautiful. Oh, yay. I'm glad you snagged it. Thank you for the comment. And then going all the way back to my Whippin' Chat from January 31st, Nancy Reagan says, pretty tray. Thank you. And then more from my unboxing of Lady of the Ocean. Love in Cup says, this one is on my wish list. I love the greens. I know, me too. I need to get one of those oceany green kits in my in my rotation. There's so many that I'm like, I have to do this kit, but I've just got so much other stuff going on. That is the one nice thing about working on Spring from Distracted by Diamonds, is it has a lot of greens in it, and I'm enjoying that for sure. And then Mia says, that is cute artwork. Thank you. And then Artemis Dream says, lovely. I have a weak spot for the ocean and ship images. Well, yeah, that one will get you then. For sure. Looks like we've got a number of folks coming our way, so hang tight. Okay, sorry. Had a few people to pass by. Everyone's like stopping to take pictures, like coming towards me, and I was like, what's everyone taking pictures of? And I turned around, I'm like, oh, that is nice. Anyway. Okay. Going back to my vlog episode 119, Mia's Life with KFS. Hi, Mia. I feel like I default to being like, hi, this person, even though like I'm gonna see you again on the comments, I'm sure, if we get to the next video. It's so sweet of like so many people like everybody comments on every video. A lot of people do, and I'm like, you guys are just awesome, and the real watchers that'll hunker down for like a 2-hour video. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can barely listen to myself when I'm scrubbing through videos and editing, let alone like the whole thing. So I'm glad that I'm able to keep you company and that some folks do enjoy my voice. Because me personally, I'm like, ugh. He just loves to talk, doesn't he? But anyway, Mia says, such beautiful views. Thank you for bringing us along. Hope you had a great birthday with your brother, listening to some great music. Yeah, it was awesome. I was supposed to go to another one of his shows on Friday, this past Friday, at least at the time of filming this. And so I had, it was a free event. You just had to register saying, yes, I'm coming. And so I signed up for it. It was up in Fort Collins again, which is, you know, that hour and such drive from Golden. But I was going to go up, and then he texted me and he was like, so I just got here. You know, he got there a couple hours early for setup and whatever. He's like, I just got here. It is in the like small little backyard / patio connected to a tattoo shop, and all it is just piles of dirt and rocks back here, so I don't think you should come. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's basically like big enough for like a private party, let alone like an event, you know. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm still happy to come if you want the support, you know, like I will come. And he was like, he texted me back, he's like, also, I found out that there's no public restrooms or drinking water here. And I was like, okay, well maybe I won't go, because it was hot. You know, it's hot. What if I have to pee? I'm gonna have to like find a business or somewhere nearby to go to the bathroom and then walk back. It just seemed, he did not seem that enthused about it. So I took that as okay, it's fine for me to not go. So I didn't go. I ended up going and having dinner with my friends Matt and Jackie, and hung out with them instead on Friday night. So yeah, I want to go to more of his shows to support him, but if he explicitly is like, this is gonna be a bad one, then I feel like it's okay for me not to make the drive. But yeah, the last one before that, the one that you guys saw clips of, that was fantastic. Going back to my unboxing of Lady of the Ocean, Michelle Bryce says, Anthony, I really like this kit. Its dimensions are almost Goldilocks. Not too big, not too small, just right. I've never purchased from Jaded Gem Shop, but the quality looks great. It is. It's fantastic. I mean, it's up there. I'd say, yeah, it's my, I mean, last year it was my #1 shop of 2023. and there's a pretty good chance that it's going to be number one of 2024 as well. Just with my finishes that I've done this year, and how happy I've been with everything. I mean, we're talking Borealis, we're talking Gizmonda, we're going to be talking my custom of Apollo, we're going to be talking, I think this was this year, I think we're talking my custom from Hannah over at Iterations Crafts that I did at the beginning of this year. We're going to be talking Medi. I mean, it's very clear that I have some favorite shops in the diamond painting world, and so Jaded Gem Shop and Diamond Art Club, Diamond Painting Shop, they're my personal favorites, but Jaded Gem Shop for sure. Going back to my entire diamond painting stash 3.0, Dana Corbin says, I'm glad I saw your video. I was going to do the same thing with my DAC kits. Thank you. Of course. Thank you for watching. And then I've got a bunch of comments from my unboxing of Waterfall in a Jungle by Eau Claire Studio, which is another one I'd love to get to soon. Nicole Rouse says, ooh, I have this kit. It's super cool to see this unboxing. I totally vibe with your taste in kits. I also just finished Vanity. Ooh, nice. I purchased it after seeing it in one of your stash videos. I find some great kits watching your channel. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad that you do. That's awesome. And then Tracy Owen says, loved your video. I do keep looking at that one. It is so beautiful. Love to see it completed. Thanks for sharing. Of course. And then Alley Cat says, this one must go on my wish list. Yeah, it's awesome. And then Leanne says, you're killing me, man. Another one that I must add to my list. Gorgeous. Yeah, that one's fantastic. That's going to be, I'd love to get that done this year because I have plans for it. I just don't want to say what they are out loud just yet because you never know who's watching or listening along. But I do have plans for that. There's a couple kits that in a perfect world I'd be able to get done this year for content reasons. I just don't think it's very practical. And that's one of them. That one, I'd love to get all his Vanity done for my mom, and then one other, but it's one of those things where it's like, do I hunker down and just shut the world off for a few months so I can just diamond paint and diamond paint and diamond paint, or do I just give myself some grace and live life and just work it in when I can, you know? Hi. Yeah, it's just one of those, like, I could technically, you know, saying I want to get 7 more kits done in the next, 5 months isn't that outlandish, really. I've done it in years past. I've gotten that many kits done in that amount of time. But things are changing, and I've been spending more time outdoors and reconnecting with friends and moved into a house where I'm just socializing a lot more. And like we went tubing the other day, and that could have been diamond painting time, So yeah, I think I have this like internal struggle of well, you got 18 done last year, you got 17 done the year before, what's going on, but it's like it's not always going to increase and go up and up, and once again, part of that has to do with my success with my diamond paintings. I spent a month working on a kit that I threw away, so that really impacts things too, of you're not gonna, if I have a bunch of finished fails that I've been spending hours and hours working on, that could have been that one primrose could have been an entire finish of a medium-sized Diamond Art Club. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give myself some grace, and I have big ideas, but I also need to be practical. And then the other thing I keep telling myself is just because you come up with these ideas for diamond painting events or focusing on a specific artist or canvas, hold on just a second. I was gonna say, even though I come up with an idea for like, oh, we're gonna do Muka Mania, or oh, we're gonna do a focus on a question of reality. It's kind of what the lesson learned from not having a finish for Summer with the Masters, not even really like, didn't even get anything halfway done, technically, is I take so much more when it comes to hosting the event. I take so much more joy out of creating the content and providing the like substance of the event. If I'm co-hosting or hosting it, I take so much more joy out of filming those artist spotlights and creating the content around it than I do in working on the kit. That's just like the honest truth. So the diamond painting or the artist might inspire me, or the diamond painting or the kit might inspire me to create an event, and I love the artwork or the artist or whatever, but I'm so excited to do the content for A Question of Reality and Muka Mania, and even though I'm also thinking there's a good chance I'm not going to finish A Question of Reality, and I'm also thinking I might start on Medi sooner than later, like maybe even once Inspiration Peak is done, to give myself a fighting chance to have it finished. But I'm like, that's not, I don't want to get myself hung up on the fact that like, oh, you're doing this A Question of Reality event and there's a chance you might not even finish that kit, you know? And it's like, but that's not really, like, I want to encourage people to work on the kit and get it if they so choose. And in the Muka, you know, I'd love for people to have a Muka in their home. I think that would be awesome. But I'm not asking anyone to finish the project and really even have it necessarily. It's more to shine a light on that artwork in that kit. But I don't expect, like, the money part of it, the spending money on the kit, that's not really an expectation. For Muka Mania, to participate in the giveaways, I will ask that people fill out a registration form for giveaway purposes. You know, you gotta play to play. You know, you gotta pay to play, I suppose. But at least from my perspective, like hosting the event, like, I could come up with an idea for artwork or an artist that I love and decide to do an event around it. But what if I'm already like 8 whips deep, you know? Does that mean that I should just not do the event until I have time to actually work on it? I don't think so, you know? I think for me, I want to invest time into creating some content that people, hold on. Look at those babies. Look at the babies. Yeah. How cute. Stay. Oh my god. You cute dogs, huh? Yeah. Let's go. Good boy. You did good there. But yeah, I feel like that it might happen in the future where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just discovered this artist. I want to do an artist spotlight. I want to do a whole event talking about their artwork. And maybe I don't even ever get around to putting a drill down on one of my kits from that artist during the whole event, or even was planning on it. You know, it was just, it was, you know, it fit that I had time to create the content and I could get in touch with the artist and I could focus on them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that is missing the point of a diamond painting event, but I think there is a difference between participant and host, because as a participant, you're not being asked to create content and, you know, or do all the organizing and all of that stuff. And I don't know how, like, Katie is is incredible in the way that she's able to get projects done and co-host events. Like, she does it all. Like, I struggled this year with being able to create the content I wanted to create while also doing all the other stuff that I had planned over the course of the event, like, you know, the Cedar Point trip and all that stuff, and get diamond painting done. And a lot of that's my fault. I picked a giant project that ended up kind of falling apart, and now I've picked another giant project that isn't off to the best start. It's off to a mediocre start. So maybe I just need to change my direction next time and just pick some smaller kits. That way I can have something to share. But let's say I wanted to do a whole event on Hieronymus Bosch, Garden of Earthly Delights, and do a whole month-long event focusing on that one particular piece of artwork, which I think I could do, because it's actually 5 pieces of artwork in one. There's just no way that I would ever be able to finish 5 giant diamond paintings, like 120 by 140, and then the other ones are 70 by 140, and there's 4 of them. It's just physically impossible. Even if I diamond painted 24/7 for 2 months, I would never be able to get that done. But does that mean that I shouldn't do an event focusing on that piece of artwork that I love? So it's just kind of, that's where my head's at now, is like, I have these kits that I love. I'm going to do events on them, or artists, but I'm going to give myself a little leniency and focus on creating some content around these subjects that I'm really proud of and that I can really have fun with, even if that means I don't get to diamond paint the thing, you know? Is that weird? Because I want everyone to enjoy that content. I want to share that content, and I want other people to have fun working on their projects. And my fun will be putting the content together. But I also feel like that makes me feel like I'm like cheating. That's probably weird. Hold on. Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm cheating, or like, Anthony, you're creating an event and you're not even doing the thing, you know? Like, it just maybe disingenuous also, but I hope it doesn't come off that way, because I'm gonna work really hard on this content. So, but I do plan on putting some drills down on Medi. I do plan on continuing to work on A Question of Reality. Hop up. But there's other stuff that I have ideas about that I just don't. I'd love to do an event or like something around them. I just don't have the bandwidth to work on all of these kits as well, you know? So it's like, what do I do? Do I just not do the events, or do I do them and just not worry about working on any of the kits for them? We'll see. I'm still mulling a lot of that over, but anyway, well, we're back here to the car. I barely made a dent to those comments. We'll have to do a longer walk soon. Hop up. We'll have to do a longer walk soon. But until then, I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing. We'll see you next time. Say bye. 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 Oh, kisses. Thank you. Oh, I love you. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.